If you look back, what did you choose as your focus within leadership?
I'm not sure I was that strategic, if you like. I felt that having been in training for about the last 10 years, so prior to being a head and a teacher, I was a senior advisor, and I was also I was in national strategies for a long time, so I had a lot of training experience, and I felt that we needed to up the ante on the training in the school, but we don't get the luxury of the vast array of training courses that, say, mainstream do. So we had to develop our own. So that was the first thing, the acknowledgement that actually we don't have enough, that training courses didn't always deliver the one-day training courses. We needed to develop our own, and particularly around leadership. So I guess the main focuses this year about on leadership, for instance, are about having difficult conversations, right? So moving people on to perform better, but having those difficult conversations at every level. And we trained TAs, teachers, and senior leaders on that sort of area. But also, I'm a great believer in coaching, although I wouldn't say I was a natural coach. I'm not quite sure, but I wouldn't say I was a natural coach. But so I embarked on quite a long program with the senior leaders on coaching. So after every meeting that we had, so we have a weekly leadership meeting. Within that weekly leadership meeting is a coaching session. So they're all taught to coach whether they want to or not. At the end of the year, it is up to them whether they actually use that particular technique. I think many of them will. But so for this year, for instance, we did that also. So we looked at coaching. So when people come back from a training course, so my middle leaders and senior leaders have been on a 5-day training course that's taken place over the course of the year. After each day, I will coach them, because I want to get the most out of that day's training. So we will have a coaching session which looks at what they've learned from it, how they want to put that into place, you know, what sort of things they want, how they're going to do it, what the barriers are, all those sorts of things.
So in a mainstream setting, is that a model you would continue? Would senior leaders therefore coach their middle leaders to do that?
I mean, there are some really good examples of coaching that's already going on in mainstream, I know, but yeah, I think it is a leadership tool. What I don't agree with is that you are one leader, right? That this is your leadership style, you know, and all these tests that we do, Belbin and so on, might suggest that you have one overriding leadership style. That's right, but that doesn't preclude you from having the other leadership styles. And if you're to make the most of all your staff, you've got to have different styles. There's got to be different styles for different people, for different circumstances. And I would advocate that your best leaders have different approaches. And coaching is one approach. And so I would think that everybody should know what coaching is and should be able and willing to use coaching as a tool when it is appropriate. I don't always coach. Sometimes I do direct people, sometimes I mentor. There's different ways.
Right.